welcome back. CORSAIR DreamLeague Season 10, and it is a Game 5. It's 2 for 2. And we're going to have a fifth game between Na'Vi and Tigers. One team will be the champion of the first minor of the new season of DPC, and also, of course, punching the ticket to the major. A lot on the line here, and here to discuss game number 4 that was taken by Tigers. It is Bulldog, it is Kyle, it is Slacks. And Bulldog, how do you do it? How do you know? All the time.
My knowledge of Dota is just so high. It might be hard to believe because I talk like an idiot, but I actually do know what I'm talking about.
I don't know what Bulldog is talking about because I'm 4 for 4.
Yeah.
Well, you did good.
That's right. I just saw that Enigma, and they didn't pick Ogre Core this time. They picked a good hero for Moonmeander where he could shine, and he did shine.
He has an excellent Pangolier. It's crazy what you can do when your hero has abilities that perform actions. You know who he reminds me of? Another good friend of mine, Z-Freak. You know what he did as well?
Oh.
Lost every game he played Ogre.
Oh.
Yeah, it's not a good hero.
It's almost like you should give your talented players roles and heroes that they can make plays and win games on.
You think that?
You think that?
What do you got, Slacks?
You know, sometimes even the most talented people got a bloodlust here and there. Don't know why I went for the other team. I got spooked. I thought they were going to pick Pango. I saw the amazing Pango, and I went for the other team. But what can you do? I got caught up in the dream as today, but I'm very happy that we get 5 games.
Me too.
That's
Same.
great.
Well, it's a best of 1 now for a spot at the
Don't
Rangers.
say that.
No.
Oh, God.
One.
So much is lost
that's
on
the
you.
worst.
I mean, this is how it shows that you're still new at this thing.
What'd I do?
Oh, God. Yeah, don't say that.
It is
Why
not a
not?
best. But if you're saying that this is a best of 1, that means that all the work that these teams have done, mind gaming against each other, the previous 4 games is for naught. You
It
know,
is.
they
It
might
is
as well
for
not
naught.
play it.
Hold
There's
on.
so much
Bulldog.
information in the first 4 games. Go for it. What?
You played a game 5, Na'Vi versus Alliance, TI3 championship. Did you care about the previous 4 games, or was it just about that 1 game now? The past is the past, am I right?
That's right. It just came down to 1 game. If I won TI or not, it was
That's
1
something
game.
entirely different.
1
It
game.
came
It was
down
one
to
game.
1 game, but that
I
is
only
not.
played 1 game.
You were not the one that was drafting Bulldog, I think.
Okay, prove it.
Listen.
Hang on, I've got a good experiment. Everyone knows what hero Bulldog was playing in game 5, but what hero was Bulldog playing in game 2? And keep in mind, there's really only 3 or 4 options here. So you should remember this.
You're
If that
being
game
very generous
If that
there.
game mattered, Cheever, what was he playing?
Lone Druid.
Is that true?
No, that was game 3, I believe. I played Lone Druid. Prophet was all the other games.
There you go.
I knew it was going to be 1.
You can't. There were 2 choices.
No, but
You
that,
don't remember.
that did matter, though. I mean, you can't say that those previous 4 games didn't matter.
Kyle,
Anyway, and it's
hold on.
also, you know, as a, you know, this is a show. You wanna keep the show going, and the show is like, if you're calling it a best of 1, it's not good. You know, it takes away from the show.
All right.
We gotta add to the show.
I'll take Kyle down in his own method.
Okay, go for it.
Kyle, according to you, there was no reason to watch Lord of the Rings because The Hobbit was the last in the series. So the third Hobbit movie was the only important one.
Well, none of the
That's
Hobbit
your
movies were
system.
important.
Well, I mean, sorry. It was the end of the road.
The last movie is the only one that
Sorry.
counts.
It's the last one. It's about the
Doesn't even make
journey.
You
sense.
say you are a great fantasy book reader. You say you read Wheel of Time. You only book 15 counted. The first 14, you know,
There
who
were
cares?
only 14 books, Cheever.
Only the 14th counted.
Only Winds of
Honestly,
Winter matters. All the other ones
That is
didn't.
true, actually,
That
at this
is true,
point.
though.
Don't die, Mr.
Oh.
Martin, don't die.
He can do it. They already have the
Okay, now let's talk about this 4th game, though.
Sure. Man, what a game.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, it was great.
Yeah, it was excellent.
Again, surprising stuff coming out from Tigers.
Yeah.
They got that. We thought that was a solid draft. The Pango did so much work in that game, and they're just getting these heroes that no one else is doing anything with and making them work against very meta lineups. Na'Vi was as textbook as she gets.
Yeah, we see that counter all the time. Pangolier against Enigma, they always pick it, and it just keeps killing those Eidolons. He gets tons of farm, and just snowballs all that, doing really good. In the middle lane, sheet, he was destroying on Invoker.
He was. He actually just crushed him. And I think that that's something that Tigers didn't do since the first game when they had that Meepo, which kind of made their draft easy mode. Everyone knows you should ban Meepo. They actually put Moon and Wonder Kid on real heroes that can make impact, whereas previously Moon was on Ogre and Wonder Kid, literally his name is Wonder Kid. He's playing Weaver and going Ags?
Yep.
That's
His name
crazy.
is actually in your dream.
Huh?
His name is actually in your dream.
He's playing as Wonder Kid, and I'm going to read his name because that's what he wants me to call him.
Das
even though he is
Wunderwaffel!
Okay. You've also selected a replay to discuss more in-depth. Let's see it.
What the hell was that?
What is that?
All the weaves know what that is.
Is that your special movies you watch after every day, Bulldog?
Yeah. Come on, Kyle. You
right.
take the lead.
All right, so play tape. We already see critical advantage, 19K, 9-26, big trouble. But look at Moon, Pangolier, the only mammal with scales. And look at this.
Look at the perfect
stuns,
rolls.
more rolls. Like he is rolling. If you had this guy at a craps table, you would be very, very happy. He rolls in, he bounces, he's gonna swashbuckle out, almost getting the last hit, but then there's Wonder Kid. Wow.
What the?
Another roll. Look at this. Look at the bounce. Like, we're just going to follow this. Now he uses himself. And now he's going to bounce again. And bounce down. Swashbuckles up like this from down here. The camera moves, and we have more chase. Look at this advantage, though. Top 4 net worths. How do you recover from this if you're...
I mean, they tried. They gave it the roll. Like that last fight.
Oh!
PogChamp is back.
Worked.
They're working!
Oh, what?
What? Get it back.
But this is the last drawing board. We can go back in.
Oh! It
Where did
finally
those
worked?
We
at the
fixed
end of the
it.
program.
We fixed it.
Woo!
That's all me, folks. You're
The
welcome.
final drawing board of the season gives us all that we want and need and deserve.
Wait, there's not 2 more games?
No, it's a best of 1.
Oh, gosh, damn you, Cheever.
Okay.
We did it.
Ta-da! The end.
Last.
I mean, I am pretty happy that we got 5 games between these 2 teams because they are. I feel like they're evolving right before our eyes, right? They're just maturing because one of these 2 teams
Beautiful.
is going to compete at the major, and sure, getting first place here is a big achievement, but they all want bigger and better things for themselves even after this as well. So, doing well here is important, and I'm happy to see everybody giving it their all.
I mean, what else would they give?
Their all.
They're giving their all.
They're not all.
Well,
Maybe
you give your all.
we
or
can
give
take a look
110%.
at
No,
what kind of vote
wait.
you gave for the Hacks MVP. Oh wait. What did you want to say?
Vote.
I wanted to say that what Bulldog said is completely irrational and drives me crazy. You can only give 100%. You can't give 110%.
Okay,
That's not proper.
Don't let the
check
drum roll keep
the
on going
MVP.
forever. Let's see it.
Really wrong.
The Hacks MVP goes to.
Yay! Moon!
I wanted to give it to In Your Dream though.
Sorry, in your dreams.
In your dreams, he's getting it.
We got Moon Meanders.
I mean, he was pretty good too.
He was all right.
Yeah. So far, by the way, in case anybody's keeping score, all 4 games of the series so far have seen a tiny win. 100%.
What?
That's what they say. It's sizes and everything.
Who says that?
Nobody says that.
Oh, Christ. Into the draft. Whoa, that was a sick turn. Oh, man, that was cool.
And here they picked it. So by statistics,
Tiny.
that simply means the Tigers have
Tigers
won.
win.
Yeah.
GG. Pack it up, boys.
La, 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 la.
Triet Phoenix. Bang. How'd I know?
Good.
What makes Tiny so good? What makes Tiny being the winning team all the time?
Nothing now. He's got Tree and Phoenix.
It's a versatile core. It can play core, can play support, but as a support, like I think people are recognizing how valuable tossbacks are as a tool. There are very few abilities in Dota that provide a swap over of positioning. Venge is really not picked too much, and the aggressive or defensive tiny tosses are actually just insane.
Yep. I mean, the only other way that you can reliably break a high ground is with a pudge hook, but nobody wants to play that. Tiny can do so much more, get you that 1 pick so you can break high ground, and you can actually finish a damn game in 7 point whatever the hell we're in.
Yeah, and not to mention it's a support in the games we've seen. So even if you were to die,
Doesn't
it's
matter.
much like Avenge, where you don't really care. You've just killed a core, and you're significantly stronger in lane. You can rotate. You can control runes very well. You love utilizing a bottle. It's just a nice hero. And Na'Vi goes for their tried and true. Whenever
Hell yeah.
they're in danger, when they get into this best of one situation,
Oh, God.
Tree and Phoenix is the play. They did this in Maincast. They did this in their loser bracket game 3 earlier. This is their go-to, their bread and butter, their stinky cheese.
This is the Na'Vi special.
Yeah, and are they going to switch it up a little bit with Enigma? No, they're not. They're just going to go back for it. I was a little bit afraid of that because I don't feel like it's been working that well this series.
Let's go, Silencer. Let's go.
Woo, woo.
You can't pick
Maiden
Silencer here.
Silencer?
Yeah, and then we mean that you'd have Tiny for Moon. I think we'd like Moon on something else.
They banned his Pango though.
They did.
Which is great, and that's one of the advantages of second pick, is that you
Hey.
have this ban into pick in the
Wait
second
a
phase.
second.
What is it? What's up?
Do they ban out Pango because of previous game?
Yeah.
Are you saying that the previous game had impact
She got
on
you,
this
Tom.
game?
Oh my gosh.
God,
Again,
God.
you were wrong,
You
Kyle.
got. You know, as a replacement to Silencer, you seen Nyx. Does that have any chance of being in this game?
I think maybe Lena would be a nice pickup here.
Okay.
Ooh, what is this with the...
Oh, my God.
Na'Vi special, the double bubble,
They're
the
going
Cinderin
very
special.
all in on this, though.
They are.
Holy
boy.
Christ.
It's game 5. Everything's on the line. The chips are in the pot already, Sheaves. Why not go all
I'm
in?
scared, though.
What else are you gonna do?
Last time we saw double. This is too much team fight. What are they doing?
Was it one of you guys that said that in previous games, teams played too much not to lose rather than to win?
Yes.
That was me.
You gotta play to win.
And you feel like Na'Vi, like this
Maybe.
is them all inning to win? Like
I
this
think
is
so.
playing to win?
I like this because at the end of the day, you
Yep.
know, if you go down, you went down swinging. This is how they want to play Dota. This is their best strategy. This is what they understand. So if you're going to lose playing your favorite style of Dota, so be it. And I think Tigers, they're the exact same way. They're saying we're going to go back to our core Morana. We're probably going to core this Lena. Actually, they might core the Tiny. I have no idea. It's core Tiny Lena. End of the day, it's what you think about when you think Tigers, when you think SEA Dota. Aggression, pace, a lot of cheap spells with low cooldowns. Keep up the tempo and crush your enemies into submission.
Yeah.
The Tiger lineup is really quick right now with the low cooldown. As you mentioned, Navi's got long cooldown.
Indeed.
Indeed.
But if it goes late game and they survive the laning phase, those long cooldowns are better than the short cooldown.
Short and fast versus long and slow.
High ground defense is pretty scary too. As in, if Tigers is going to try to go high ground, that's pretty scary to go up against. For Tigers themselves, they kind of missed something there.
Yep.
What are we thinking? Is this going to be the last hero going to be a Wonder Kid hero, or is Wonder Kid playing Lena? In any case, is Tinker an option? I'm saying.
I think you take a Wonder Kid hero and
Okay.
you core the Tiny.
Okay.
Because core Tiny is pretty nice against Void in that you have like the burst damage to kill him. They banned TA already, so core Lena is also a possibility. But then you have this weird, I mean, you could Morana for Moon. It just seems a bit awkward. I think Moon has really demonstrated that when he's on playmakers, he dominates. 2-0 on Pango in this series, 0-2 on Ogre. Neither one of those heroes. He'll have a fifth hero, you know, a new one in this game 1.
And they banned the Beastmaster for Navi.
Monkey King.
No.
How about it?
Oh, that hero has been...
No.
Dude,
pretty
on
weak.
Na'Vi? Come on, man.
No, on Tigers.
Oh.
You want a Manta BKB hero, and a lot of them are banned. The Illusion Cores would be quite nice for Tigers just to build around. Their draft needs a centerpiece. That's what's missing at the moment.
Okay.
It's the same as like we saw in the Meepo game in a lot of ways. We have the CM aura, you have strong side lanes, a lot of stuns, but who's gonna get in there? Somebody's gotta get dirty. It's like, stop.
What do you
Give me your
want?
analysis. Stop poking me.
I'm not touching you at all. I mean, I talk when I need to talk. This is heavy analysis games. I don't know what's going on.
What do you make of this, Bulldog? You're looking pensive.
I don't know.
It all comes down to this pick. This is game 5.
It's a Tinker ban.
Tinker ban.
It's so intensive.
It is really
it.
intense.
This is the final game of the tournament.
No
if you
backseas.
lose, you're out.
Dude, I really do think Na'Vi goes Monkey King.
No.
Why not? I mean, it's the finisher. It's the carry.
What
They're
if
all
it's a
AoE
lead up
anyway. Screw it.
Tigers is talking about heroes that I have not seen this entire tournament.
Yeah,
Tight on her.
I think they might pick Underlord.
So that's what I heard.
Underlord, what the?
I feel like if they do it, they might go like Crimson Pipe Enemy side has no damage. Could work.
They're saying, let's go.
Oh, man.
I don't know about
Who
that.
did they zero in on?
Underlord.
I
Did
don't
they
know.
actually?
I hope not.
It will be.
Oh,
no.
dude. Well,
I
at least
don't
we were
like
right.
Well, you overheard it.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, you did.
I
Shiver,
did.
You,
Yeah,
Shiver
I did.
overheard it.
I didn't hear anything.
If I can
all
hear it, you
believe
can
you,
hear it
Kyle.
too.
I don't
I have
believe
no
it.
idea what you're talking about.
I think this is fake news, Kyle. I think you're lying.
You lie.
All right. What
But it
Here's
was
the
very
thing.
What
good
about
prediction.
Underlord makes this hero work for this
So
draft?
their idea is that they're gonna like Na'Vi won't do enough damage to win this game, but Navi's about to pick an alchemist, and then they're gonna win this game.
Well, that is
I mean, we've
very
seen that
greedy.
exact draft from them, haven't we?
Yeah, and it's perfect because they just have to survive the first 15 minutes, which is quite easy when one team fight with your mass team fight lineup just wins you the game. And Tigers have no real way to close out a map at the moment. And I don't like that they're putting their playmaker on Underlord. He needs to have a great laning phase in order to win this game. And your two cores are going to probably be Lina Mirana, which is just it's awkward.
Look at
Very
that frown of
squishy.
Seneko.
That's not a
He
frown,
always
it's
looks-
focus.
No, it's a
He looks
frown.
angry.
He is
Why is
very
he angry?
focused. He's thinking.
He's
very
angry,
hard.
Shiver.
You'd be angry too if you were playing for Na'Vi for the last 2 years.
Take it easy.
Well,
Magical
that's
looks a
actually
lot more
toxic.
relaxed. He's like, you know, trust his captain,
Blizzy, he's just chilling.
Yeah.
testing out
like
the
a
wheels of his chair. And
1 minute left.
So we got one alchemist vote. I'm still going for Monkey King.
They're not going to Monkey King. They,
what did they do yesterday instead of the Alchemist in the other game that they had the exact same drafting apart from the last pick? What did
I
they end up
remember.
going for? Don't worry, I'll look it up.
Techies.
No, I did not. No.
They might have had a Lina or something. I think, it was TA. Pretty sure it was TA.
One was Alchemist, the other one was Clinks.
Oh!
Damn, Kyle.
This is the exact same draft they had against Infamous Game 1
Exact
yesterday.
same draft.
Exact same
Then why
draft.
don't they ban it, Shiver?
I don't know.
Too many heroes to ban. They're distracted by the previous games, not recognizing that they don't matter. It's all about this last final game.
It is. It is all about this last final game.
And
Bulldog,
you go first.
Yeah.
you up first.
I'm sad to say it. Just like I predicted, Navi will win because that Underlord is bad.
Why are you sad to say that?
I don't know, actually. I'm happy. Obviously, we're going to win. Just like I predicted.
All right.
Since it's game 5, I'm going to switch it up. Instead of trying to predict who loses, I'm now going to just make, the naysayers silent. Navi's going to win. I'm sure of it. I'm really serious this time. That Alchemist pick is A-OK. It's comfort heroes for all 5 players. And Team Tigers, you ain't got this.
He's copying me.
Hi.
Jesus.
I think I want to see the Tigers.
Okay, guys. This is it. I am going for Navi as well, but really, our predictions don't mean anything at all.
What?
Sorry to say. They really do not. All that matters is this 5th game is going to decide who's going to be the champion here for the first minor and who is going to be in 2nd place and therefore disappointed in their own performance. It is over to Odie Pixel and Fogged for game 5.
Yes, Game 5 of the CORSAIR DreamLeague Season 10 Minor, ladies and gentlemen. Na'Vi versus Tigers. I'm Odie Pixel, I'm here with Fogged. One of these teams is going to the major in just over a week's time. Which is it going to be? And I think fitting as ever that we sort of have Na'Vi, the CIS representatives, Tigers, the SEA representatives. These two regions, I think a lot of people sort of come around, during sort of the announcement of the major with the two regions where people said they deserve another invite. Get another team from one of these regions. And we're seeing them absolutely duel it out here. 1 game left in this best of 5. Which region is going to be sending another team to the major? We will find out. We've seen the drafts. Fogged, as the panel said, we've seen this draft from Na'Vi before. They get it through again. Do you like the fact that Tigers as a team sort of let a team come in with another winning draft? Is it sort of good for Tigers? Because at the same time, they could have read this and they could have in their minds a way to deal with it with their own lineup.
They've seen the game.
Yeah.
They've seen the way it can be played, and they do have a fast-paced game, right? They have this, like, similar as last time. They have all these spamming heroes. It's a very similar draft, just placing a couple heroes. All these heroes have constant amount of spam, and they do have ways to actually kill this Alchemist. I think Navi's, it's a bit greedy, but if they can actually get away with it, like, if they can actually get away with, like, stalling out and taking these big team fights, it'll be beautiful to look at. And I don't know who to go with because, you know, Bulldog has 100% right prediction. Kyle has, like, a 0%, and they both went for the same team.
Yeah. If anything, we can only hope that means that we get an incredibly close game
100%
to finish off this series, as that is hopefully how it is written in the ways that we saw those predictions goes.
Yeah.
As we say, magical. Sort of one of the sort of the powers of his Alchemist is, you know, we've seen sort of magical on multiple heroes just be so good with sort of his farming patterns. You know, the way that he's able to realize which point to leave that lane and just get so much out of his own jungle.
Mm-hmm. And they have a lot of, they just have so much kill threat is the one thing I'm looking at Tigers. It's a very fast-paced draft. Their cooldowns are not really that much that they need to rely on. It's a Laguna. Laguna is their actual only long cooldown. I mean, yeah, Underlord Rift and Moonlight Shadow, but I mean by, like, killing people and, like, just actually going for these big damage plays. While on the side of Na'Vi, it's Phoenix, Void, Enigma, Tree, like all these heroes have incredibly long duration cooldowns on their ultimates. But like I said, if they can actually slow the pace down of this game and not allow Tigers to end it, this Alchemist has 4 Aghanims that he can give that are fantastic. He can also have a great time to tank up versus this lineup. It's just about Tigers ending it with a timing push with an Underlord, with like Greaves or his Pipe or his Crimson Guard, and just trying to end this before Na'Vi are able to get online.
And talking about the Underlord, what is your opinion of it? Sort of as, you know, the panel said they wanted to see Moon on more of maybe a playmaking flashy hero like the Pangolier. Getting him on this Underlord, this hero, as you said, that we can expect to see just building up the auras, offering to sort of just shoving his way down a lane, backing up the team for a 5-man push in the mid-game. Do you like sort of the opportunities that Tigers can find with an Underlord this game?
I prefer Moon playing the playmakers, honestly. I 100% agree with the panel when I like seeing him saying these heroes. Seeing him do these like high skill heroes that are just like doing crazy flashy plays. Underlord, you kind of just stand there and you're casting your stuff. His bottom
lane.
Do they have it?
They
the
don't.
bash?
The bash, indeed. That bash from Crystallize, stopping Tigers from getting first blood. One more right click from Arjit would have done it.
Beautiful.
At the same time, though, 1437 getting some good blocks onto Seneko.
Got a Mango.
He is going to go for the TP out. There's the Mango, the Frostbite, 1437 with the outplay. Secures first blood for Tigers nonetheless.
And the tip immediately.
It's all on, everything to play for in this best of 5 final game.
Mm-hmm. Alchemist is doing great in that mid matchup already, as we see him. He does quite well versus Lina's, even if the Lina has like such high range and all that. Bottom, though, Crystallize is being slowed down quite a lot. He has brought in a significant amount of regen, as we've seen him do all the time on this vote, actually. He always brings the 9 tangos plus that salve so he can eat that pressure.
I like it. You've got to be able to stay in the lane.
Yep.
That's Chu, trying his best to sort of keep vision on the side, but they've got the sentry down, Tigers.
So the Underlord, though, the one thing is, it is about looking at Navi's draft. Their damage, until they have items, is very limited. Of course, they have like all these big ultimates, but when you really look at it, the brunt force of it, their damage is just not really there. It's like Phoenix is going to provide probably the majority of the damage in that early game.
Some cute little body blocking there with the Eidolons to allow a fair few punches to come in onto Moon.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that is true. Yeah, you sort of see this game, Pipe, Crimson Guard. Yeah, Na'Vi is going to severely struggle to get kills in the team fights.
Absolutely. And he's going to be off to a great start on the Underlord. Being able to just be that frontliner for his team to just look to try to snowball those kills. Now Lina is starting to build up in the level, so I mean, a little bit more harassment onto Magical, but he's very good at being able to keep his last hits up on this Alk. Level 4 already versus that level 5 Lina. So Lina getting a couple more denies because you're versus Alchemist. Acid Spray just helps you get denies in a lot of those cases. Tigers are ready. A little bit ahead in this laning start, especially with how they're pressuring the Void, getting that first blood, of course, Crystal Maiden. And like the panel, like Shiva mentioned too, we went back and we're like, Tiny's won every single game in this grand final so far. And Tigers, they first pick it for Zephyr.
Yeah, definitely for Zephyr as well, the hero that he seems the most comfortable on.
100%.
We've seen is sort of Lina and the Wyvern performances both quite lacking in this best of 5. With the Tiny, you can expect Zephyr to perform.
Bounty runes, 10 seconds. People already starting to prepare for them. We see the tree already kind of making his way to them. Underlord looks like he's trying to make sure he claims the enemy one, but
Lizzie,
there's a Lina here too.
He's in a bit of a strange position as he was hiding behind the tree, but indeed with a rotation from In Your Dream, he gets cut down. Same time, Crystallize, he's going to get just taken out by Arjit there as that attempt for bounty runes by Na'Vi up and down the map off to a huge disaster as they lose 2.
Yeah, we saw the way the Tigers was playing in the last game, right? They made sure they set up really good lanes, and they claimed pretty much all the bounty runes. Oh, stops the pull there with Zephyr. Nice play there. But yeah, making sure that they can keep that economy war going, and we're going to see most likely 1-4-3-7, since the way that they played it the last time, 2 versus a Storm Spirit who goes to jungle. He's going to place those deep wards down again. Place one at the shrine near that, you know, the triangle. I mean, you know, it's a radiant triangle. It's a little bit different. And then place one to watch those hard camps of the Alchemist. So we'll get spotted more than likely, and that one should, or might get dewarded. May actually not have been seen. But they will get those deep vision down to be able to keep tabs of this Alchemist to look to dive. And Lina can definitely look to make those dives. If there's no Chemical Rage, they can look to get those setups with a dual rotation with CM, with Tiny, and Lina. But this time around, Na'Vi, they're preparing a little bit more. They have their own defensive ward placed extremely early. 6 minutes in, they place a high ground ward to try to protect this Alchemist.
They have to
2
do
defensive wards.
everything possible to make sure the Magical's got a safe space to farm.
Yeah, look at that. So you don't really see those wards coming out like this, but they know they have a bit of a greedy draft when it comes to it.
Bottom lane, trying to look for the setup onto Arjit, but as soon as he's aware they're hunting for him, pops a leap, keeps the distance, he's out of there.
They're not giving him any space.
Does indeed make the invasion. They've got the setup, he'll get the Chemical Rage off, the tree throw, it's enough. Perfect move from Tigers as they sweep across Na'Vi's half of the map and punish Magical. Down bottom, Arjit, he did try and jump back in to kill off the Phoenix. Soneko just able to survive with the stick charges.
A solid aggressive start. Like we said, Tigers, they've got these heroes with all this spam.
They can
We saw them do similar to the last game, just constant throwing of spells out, constant being able to invade with the CM Tiny. They can definitely put the pressure on. Na'Vi have to be able to stall this one out so they can get their farm and get their big ultis off on time. Because we have seen them do so many times, like the panel said too. They've ran this exact draft. They've ran Void with Phoenix, Void with Enigma, time and time again throughout this tournament. Just can they get to that point to make sure they can make sure this Alchemist is a significant force as he's just being hunted.
Here's Zephyr. Magical's got the Chemical Rage. Also has the backup of the Living Armor. Starts to punch Zephyr away. No TP's coming in to sort of wrap around and get the kill onto Zephyr though, so Zephyr will still be unable to hang around.
Another deep ward.
Keep a look in onto Magical, try and still CS that he can.
He gets both of them there, and he's looking to get another one, and he will take them all.
He's taken every single one, including the skeletons at bottom lane. They've got Crystallized too. 14:37 and Arjit finding the pick off. It's 5-0, 8 minutes in, a 3K lead for Tigers. They have that pace that they can utilize with this fantastic lineup for sort of punishing the lanes, sort of the weaker early game lanes that Na'Vi have, so that they can get this early advantage, and they're doing it perfectly so far.
The playmaking on Na'Vi is just very limited until those 6s come out, like we keep saying. Tigers, they can just run from lane to lane with this Tiny, with this Crystal Maiden to look to set up kills, but now there at least is a black hole available for Blizzy. But look at Zephyr, he's just following Magical.
And there's no one keeping him off him. We are now going to see Soneko head over. They do have the toss, the Avalanche, but Blizzy's there as well with the Malefice. They should be able to kill Zephyr off, as he has certainly been a huge nuisance so far for Na'Vi. But he will finally get punished. Magical able to chase him underneath the tower, and they get the kill. Crystallize still trying to find that last bit of XP to get him towards the level 6 on the Void, as he still stands without a chrono available. They just have to make sure that there's space here for Magical so that he can continue to farm. And they cannot let Tigers consistently get away with these deep invasions of Na'Vi's half of the map.
Crystallize is going, he has to farm the mid lane though, like you're talking about, so that means Chu is bottom, but as a tree versus a Mirana, he can't really walk up and get too many last hits. If he does, he gets harassed significantly. And Tigers, they're not slowing down. They want to keep this pace up. They want to keep hunting for kills constantly.
Magical.
1-4-3-7.
He's going to have eyes on him, but in your dreams there. Light strikes down, they won't commit with the burst. They know there's not quite enough. Crystallize is coming across. He's got a Chronosphere, pops it. He gets the catch onto the Lina that they need. Do they have follow-up disable and detection afterwards? They do have a sentry down, but the Laguna will still come out. They lose Soneko, but they get the kill on In Your Dream. Jump forward now with the point and concoction. Magical throws it down onto 1437, but they don't have any further detected, but it doesn't matter. Blizzy, he goes for the blind black hole. The Moonlight Shadow's about to wear off. Midnight Pulse is down. They'll kill off 1437. Magical looking to chase for more. Concoction back up in 5 seconds. That was a strong play from Blizzy, committing the black hole onto the 2 Moonlight Shadow targets. The concoction's cooking up as they get this connection onto Zephyr. Time warp forward by Crystallize. Malefice is there as well as Na'Vi. They'll show Tigers what they think about Tigers invading their jungle time after time.
And Blizzy coming in incredibly clutch there, getting both of the heroes actually inside of that black hole. That was so needed. And Na'Vi, they're able to at least expend those big ultis to get themselves some kills. When they do get those level 6s online immediately, they look to just try to respond. Make sure they can try to get some space on the map. Void still not really able to farm, but it's all about the Alchemist, right? And he's now given space, so he's top net worth. I think he's getting 2,200 net worth after all that plays out, after they get themselves those 3 kills, or 4 kills.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Zephyr back in his favorite place. Trying to take what he can from the Alchemist, disrupt that sort of Grieval's gold streak that he tries to build up. Sneko on the top lane has nearly managed to sweep up the XP needed for his level 6.
Okay. Just get all those level 6s online, get all your ultis ready so you can actually have damage to come through. Still going to be a little bit limited.
Asmoon will claim the tier 1 tower top.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
Tigers have to be very careful of how they overextend into plays when they know that those ultis are available. Right now, like we said though, it's only going to be the Phoenixes available for some time now, as Chrono and Enigma both have a long cooldown, and Wonder Kid, he's on the prowl.
Yes, it is under ward of vision, so Na'Vi know that he's heading down here. Midnight Pulse dropped as a quick Malefice as well onto the Mirana. Blizzy trying to juke out the arrow, but the arrow still connects. He ends up walking into it. Jump forward from Arjit with the commitment of the burst of the Laguna. They get the kill. 1437. He is trapped up, surrounded. Can they kill True in time? They cannot. They do still kill him, but he was able to bring down 1437, win it. Sneko, he knows the 2 of them are sort of in there. Does have a supernova, but at the same time cannot commit it against these 2 heroes that are fantastic at taking down the egg. So he'll back off as Tigers continue to get these favorable trades. Even with sort of Na'Vi, as I say, seeing that movement from Lina, they were unable to react in time and get the 2 of them out of there.
Yeah. And in this game too, we see Moon's build. I actually love that he went for the Dominator as well on top of the hood. The Dominator, now he can actually get this item that can counter the BKB Black Hole in the later stages. If he gets the Dark Troll Summoner, if that's the choice that he wants to, he can, and also able to apply his own lane pressure. He can actually get this catapult, keep pressuring down towers, spamming in those waves, and keep Na'Vi responding to him. Keep this threat of an Underlord.
Do you like this sort of change-up as well from Blizzy? We saw what in the previous 2 games on Enigma, he goes for the Midas into BKB. This game, he just goes straight for the Pipe Rush.
I mean, there's so much magic damage on the side of Tigers. They did a similar thing as last game where they pick a Crystal Maiden and they pick like 4 magic damage spammers. It could pay off. It could hurt if he doesn't get an early blink BKB. And it also could hurt that he doesn't have like this Midas that he can rely on farming. But he has to be able to make plays early on. I think that's his thought process because of how greedy their draft is.
Black Hole up in a couple of seconds, but they will not be able to get themselves on top of Zephyr. Zephyr now with the phase boots on.
Phase boots, that's different. Seen him mostly just rushing out his blink dagger so he can keep the pressure going. Gives him high base damage and high mobility so he can keep running around the map. And he is pretty much just running around the map, so. Blizzy. Oh, look at these juicy neutrals. Look at these neutrals.
Stealing so much from Magic. His bottom. Actually looking for the setup here with the overgrowth. Chrono's down as well. If they get a couple of bashes, they should have this. He needs 1 more. He's not going to get it. As Arjit with the 3 leaps is out of there. 1 more bash would have done it, but RNG not on Crystallize's side.
Like we said, the draft of Na'Vi, it's extremely limited in damage. That is why we saw Tigers, they last picked this Underlord. If he can just itemize, then they can just try to go for closing this game. But Magical, even though he's been slowed down a bit, his Relic timing, 14 minutes with Treads and a Soul Ring, not too shabby.
No. Not going to be the time. I believe with this draft last time around, we saw him get the sort of crazy 11-minute Radiance timing.
He did.
So certainly going to be a much tougher game in comparison to that one.
He's been contested an insane amount this game. Just the invasions coming out from this tiny CM. Just everybody always has such high mana on the side of Tigers that they can keep playing on the map. They don't have to back up at all. They just can keep making these moves consistently to try to pressure the Na'Vi greedy lineup. And so far, it's working. 5K gold lead. They need to keep it up. Keep this deep vision down.
Certainly seems that, as we expected, Tigers, they knew exactly how Na'Vi was going to end this draft. They sort of let the Alchemist through because they had this way of approaching and punishing the Alchemist pick.
Got bounty runes in about 10 seconds. Tigers want to ideally try to claim as many of those as possible versus an Alchemist, but look at Na'Vi. They're emphasizing so much on trying to claim it. Moon, he's just walking in.
He
but
is.
Tigers is here too.
They are coming in with the wraparound. The quick burst means the Seneko is not going to get the chance to get the ult off. They've got the root down onto the two of them as well as the freezing field. Magical falls. Blizzy gets hit by a tree. As Tigers just reading every single movement and intention from Na'Vi this game.
Yeah, flawless move so far. I mean, it's 5-11. They've gotten a lot of like Na'Vi having to commit some big ultis to get these kills, but Tigers, they're emphasizing so much on this pressure. The arrow, crystallize.
He has to get out of it.
He's getting chased though.
There he is. He's already used the first time. Well, he's going to have it back up in a couple of seconds, but they have the control. So many stuns for this Void to worry about.
And they claimed themselves 3 of the 4 bounty runes in that last time. Magical did end up getting the 1 top. But again, just like last time, we see the way Tigers is prioritizing the game versus this greedy draft. Moon, stepped up a bit far, doesn't have mana for the Rift out either.
Lizzie does have the wraparound with the Malefice and the Sunray. They've got a good amount of damage ticking him down. The Overgrowth and Supernova being used as well, as they cannot risk Moon getting away.
It's a lot of gold they get for just that kill. 2 ultis used, Overgrowth as well as the Phoenix Egg. And the Phoenix, like we're mentioning, he's a lot of the damage coming in for the side of Na'Vi for quite a long time. Magical.
Lead in, Avalanche, Light Strike, Crystallize jumps forward. He's got the Chrono if he can close the gap, but he can't do so. They're a little too speedy with the Phase Boost on Zephyr and the Fiery Soul stacks. The Lena's out of there. 1437 won't be quite as fortunate as he takes an acidic concoction to the face from Magical. Na'Vi get themselves another kill. Still 8k behind though at 16 minutes in.
And now the full pipe finished up for the Underlord. So that little physical damage that Na'Vi has on pretty much all magic damage for a very long time in this draft is going to be heavily mitigated by that. They just keep this map control going. Their deep wards, most of them have timed out or been countered out by Na'Vi, but we have to expect Tigers. They're just going to keep running at the side of Na'Vi.
Lizzie, quick dupe for the Pit of Malice, won't be rooted today.
Mini stuns.
Very close to having the complete pipe for the team.
Yep.
Radiance now done for Magical.
It's just a Radiant Stone. Look at those other 2 cores on the side of Na'Vi. They are not farming well whatsoever. The Tiny is about to surpass Crystallize in farm. And Crystallize, he doesn't have any space to get any farm. This Alchemist needs all of it. Immediate invasions by Tigers.
He's starting to poke outside of the base, but 1437, he's got friends nearby. Moon is there. They will manage to hold themselves near the shrine. Light Strike comes down out onto the tree, and they're by the shrine, healing up. Chu is thinking about throwing out the Overgrowth. Blizzy, he does go for the Black Hole. Gets the 2 of them, but the Light Strike's there from In Your Dream. From the high ground, has the instant cancel. They take down the 2 of them. Na'Vi have lost 2 kills. They're trying to fight back. The Chrono is not going to save the Supernova. It's a disaster for Na'Vi. Light Strike through the Chronosphere, holds down, Crystallize. The arrow, it connects.
Oh
Tigers,
my God.
they're not done with just 4. They'll take the full team wipe. In Your Dream gets an ultra kill. As Na'Vi there, they used the Overgrowth, they used the Black Hole, they used the Supernova, they used the Chronosphere. It didn't matter, they lost everybody.
They don't have the damage. And Tigers, with all this lockdown, with all this spam ability, they're now ready to threaten high ground. It's less than 20 minutes. Oh, and 10k gold lead. Uh-oh, Tigers, they had a plan versus this heavy greedy draft from Na'Vi, and so far they're executing it perfectly. Already on the high ground.
With a Light Strike. See you hitting onto Seneko there. Crystallize trying to lead in with the time lock. Frostbite comes through. You see Arjit starting to think about turning around and fighting this. The Frostbite will wear off as Crystallize is able to time walk back to safety. But they've got to wait for those ults to come back online. And as we've seen, even with them, it's so hard for Na'Vi to come out on top of the fights, with the fact that pretty much the entirety of Tiger's lineup are a full item ahead.
Yeah, and now they just continue this pressure, right? Just keep these high ground visions, defend your wards on the side of Tigers. Don't let Na'Vi get any space on the map. Place a ward on the bottom side too, so you can see whenever this Alchemist goes jungle, and immediately, 1437, they're hunting. They found Magical.
He's all alone. No escape for the Alchemist.
Tigers are just playing this, yeah, perfect. They're punishing the greed, not giving any space. They want this place. They want the space to go to the major.
I certainly
so
do.
far, it's working. A hero we don't see very often, the Underlord, working out because of all the pressure they can apply on the lanes and just the little damage that Na'Vi has, like we keep saying.
It's being nullified with the pipe and the greaves. It's going to be so hard for Na'Vi to kill anybody. It already is.
And immediately, look, they show their Crystallize shows his face on the map, and right away they start sandwiching.
And they've got a supernova. That's it at the moment. Overgrowth now back up. As Arjit leads him with a Moonlight Shadow. Na'Vi, they have to get out of here immediately. Lizzie being focused by Moon. Pit of Malice will not connect, but Moon pushes Blizzy away so they can grab the 2 bounty runes. Top, down, bottom as well, they'll grab them. Every single bounty rune going Tiger's way. It's a 14k lead at 20 minutes.
They're so good about like keeping their lead and just addressing. The only way that Na'Vi comes back is getting some space to farm, getting these bounties. They won't let them. Look, immediately they start running bottom. They're just running from literally lane to lane, just hunting.
Yeah,
they don't care about getting farmed with creeps.
Magical. He's got to back up. They're closing in. They're on top of him with the Frostbite. He'll get the Chemical Rage off, but Zephyr's there with the wraparound. Jumps in with the combo. They're underneath the tower, though. Zephyr is split up from the rest of the team. They'll get the Concoction and Acid Spray down onto the Tiny. Zephyr will fall. As now, with 1 man down, they've got to consider if they really want to stick around. Crystallize gets the setup with the Chronosphere out onto the 2 of them with the Mask of Madness. They beat down the Crystal Maiden. They surround Moon. The bash is coming out. Na'Vi strike back. They'll get the 3 kills. They will be able to punish Tigers for just diving that little bit too far, overextending towards and beyond that tier 2 tower bottom.
They didn't have the lean and the Mirana there for Tigers. Like the other 3, they're pretty good at hunting until Chemical Rage comes out and the Tree Armor. They don't have the actual raw damage to deal through it without these 2 big cores. So Tigers, it's good that they're making moves around the map constantly, but they need to have one of those real big damage dealers to come in. Tiny provides a lot if he's able to get the combo immediately onto somebody, but Alchemist still kind of tanky. Na'Vi, they punch back, and that's just 1 ulti they had to use there. So now they do have the other ones to be able to thwart it off. And this game, it's all about if they can hold that high ground, stall the game out for Na'Vi.
Arjit trying to get the prediction with the arrow. They've got the Yules, does cancel the dive. He does have a supernova, but he won't get it out. The perfect timing for the light strike will hold Seneko down. As Tigers back on the prowl, back on the killing spree. They also find Blizzy. Blizzy tossed up, he does have the pipe. It's 14:37, he'll get the slow, the arrow,
it connects again.
It gets him! But the pipe and the living armor, they're keeping him alive, not enough though. Starstorm comes out from Arjit. As even with the pipe and that armor, when there's as much damage as Tigers have, they can still very much kill that Enigma.
If they've got the Mirana and the Lina there, for sure. And we see the itemization. Look at this Lina's items. He's not going for some type of Shadow Blade. I mean, that would have been, it's always a good hunting item. But he's got a Blink, he's got a Yules, he's got an Aether Lens. And
that's a spooky creep. But they're out of there. So Tigers unable to find catch on the bottom lane as Na'Vi straight back to base.
When Greaves do come out, they're gonna be so durable versus Na'Vi's lineup. And this Void is just still not able to catch up. Has Mask of Madness, but in comparison, he is far, far behind Tiger's cores.
Chu just trying to do what he can, soaking up the XP that is being farmed up by Arjit.
They need to be so efficient with their movements on the side of Na'Vi. Like every single time they get any space on the map, they need to go out, de-ward those high ground wards that Tiger's placing down, and just try to give Magical a game where he can get this farm up, to be able to give those Aghanims, be able to get to be that big beefy core that he can actually soak up Tiger's high damage potential. Position for a dive when they're trying to claim this tier 2 bottom, Tigers. So Blink, Yules, Aether Lens into a straight Aghanims on the Lina. It's all about just hunting for kills. Getting in position. Also, the Blink Dagger can be incredibly useful versus the Void. If Void tries to jump in, you can get the quick Blink out. All about this pressure. So Magical gets the level 15 mark, which is a very significant portion for that Alchemist. You get that 400 health talent. Can be able to absorb some more of that damage that Tigers has.
Do have eyes on Zephyr. Coming across, trying for the D-Ward. Does get the D-Ward, but it costs him his life.
Yep.
As Na'Vi will be quick to reclaim control of that ward spot. 14:37 and In Your Dream pushing in. Crystallize, maybe seeing if he can find the setup for the Chronosphere. Does he really want to chase forward for this? They've got the Frostbite. In Your Dream coming back in, but the Chrono comes out straight away. The Laguna!
The distance.
The Yules damage as well. Can he get out of this? He can't. The Frostbite kills him.
And now the egg
down. The egg, will it be successful? Blizzy coming in from the side. The egg does fall, but the Black Hole setup's there. It's out onto the 2 of them. They've got In Your Dream. Arjit trying to leap away. Moonlight Shadow as well. We'll keep him safe. The Tigers, they back off. A 2-for-2 trade. Magical's got the dust. Can he get the concoction out though? He can. Yes, he can. He gets it out to 40-37. But Arjit turns the arrow out onto Chu.
Lina
Living
buyback.
armor's there as he's trying to retreat, but the damage over time will tick him out. The buyback from In Your Dream will mean that the setup, the catch is there for Blizzy. Yule Scepter and a Light Strike holds him in place. As Tigers, they buy back on In Your Dream, but it will keep them on top once again.
All the ultis used now, though. This is Tigers' time to try to break that high ground when they've got everybody alive and Na'Vi doesn't have anything to protect them. It's just the Alchemist for now. He has 2 more heroes respawning, but they don't have anything really to provide here.
They've got to get that courier as well out to the secret shop as Magical needs his Manta style. He
Yeah.
needs to get that ultimate orb. There is a Crystal Maiden hanging around there. They've got to be careful with the courier here. 1437 is nearby. He does manage to get it in and out, but there's the jump. They toss Magical back. Magical needs help. Soneko's been taken down. Magical gets beat down as well. Tigers, they take more from Na'Vi. 2 more kills,
They get
and they'll
crystallized
continue
too.
to push on.
And they need to take this tower down, too, because there's a tree armor, so it's going to get healed up if they don't finish it.
And they'll get it.
And they do get it.
They get the tier 3 tower with the commitment. Moon has the pipe. Sunray's coming out. It's not enough. And in fact, Zephyr jumps back in. Soneko's got to be careful. Living Armor will keep him safe once more. The concoction does come out, trapping Zephyr underneath the tier 3 tower. They had to buy back on both Soneko and Magical for that, though. And as we saw, they didn't keep the tier 3 alive.
Nope. And an immediate back out from Tigers when they see those buybacks. Now the cooldowns will start coming back for Na'Vi, but it's a 15,000 gold lead. And Tigers, they're going to look to clean out those shrines.
Radiant.
And it looks like Na'Vi, they were unable to get the courier safely to the shop. Still needs to get that ultimate orb, Magical. As Tigers, they're all over this area of the map, making it very hard for Na'Vi to get over. Chu is trying for the lead, and they do have a Chronosphere available if they see an opportunity, but the Pit of Malice comes out in response. Soneko, he's trying here with the Supernova, but 1437 and Moon, they're hitting it. They've got the overthrow. Can they hold them back in time? No, the 8 falls. Magical in on top of 1437. The Chrono, it gets the 3 of them, but do they have the damage? The arrow, it hits Crystallize. They may have killed 2 of Tigers. Moon's trying for the Rift out. Can he get him and Arjit out in time? He can.
Oh.
So again, Tigers, sure, they lose 2, but they still continue to come out on top of these fights, despite Na'Vi using their ultimates.
And it's very thankful that Blizzy gets the Midnight Pulse on top of that black hole, or on top of that Chronosphere. We see that most of the damage comes just from Midnight Pulse inside that team fight. He's able to set it up there. But Tigers, they get the bailout. Like we said, the Pit Lord, the Underlord, as soon as he has these type of all these defensive items, the damage is really mitigated.
Yeah, they can't kill him in time.
And now that is the ultis used again.
It is. Time to push back in from Arjit and Zephyr,
Dire's top tower.
as they're knocking on the barracks. Looks like they will be fine with Magical's presence, as Magical does now have the Manta style out to him. He's nearly got the money for Blink Dagger as well.
He has to be careful, though. He did use buyback. If he dies, that's going to be a long time without their strongest hero, their strong front lines for them to be able to set up. So we see Blizzy. He goes for these strong defensive items. He's going for a Crimson Guard of their own to try to
Level
protect
15
them.
talent did he get as well?
He got the GPM.
Does still get the GPM.
Yeah.
Radiant's
But Underlord,
bottom
we see,
shrine is
he's going full all of the defensive items.
Yeah.
Has the Greaves finished up 2 on top, so if they do start dropping low, that extra regen and armor kicks in.
Radiant's bottom shrine has fallen.
Invisibility.
Such a tough one for Na'Vi to
See
come
this
back
replay
in.
again. I mean, the Chrono.
Catches all of them, and the Midnight Pulse is down right on top of all of it for that damage applied coming
And
through.
it could have gone a bit better, but the Pit of Malice just stopped Crystallize from getting quite close enough in time to get the Chrono out before they took down that Supernova Egg.
Yep.
Like, it nearly went perfect for Na'Vi, but just sort of these little things like the roots from the Underlord make it so hard for the Void to play around at this stage.
Yeah, it's so much control, like you said, on the side of Tigers. Just like the last game. It's a very similar draft that they went for this time around. And it's working again. 16,000
Na'Vi,
gold
they
lead.
have to be careful with this Moonlight. They're closing in on them. Time lockout from Crystallize.
Time
Time dilation.
That's your hero,
Oh,
Owen.
damn it, it is. It's all right, I don't skill that skill.
You really don't.
No.
Zephyr is spotted. Magical.
Yeah, it's been ticked down by the Radiance.
There's a lot of Na'Vi's heroes here.
Can they do this? They do have the ultimates to play around as well if a full-fledged team fight kicks off. The toss is actually going to mean that Magical is out of the way of the arrow. Zephyr sort of saving him. Zephyr is still alive, though. Does manage to walk off. Moon comes in with a wraparound. The pit's down onto Magical. Magical does not have the ult, but they do with the Chrono. They get it down, but the Rift is going to be there from Moon. It's looking to take the team out in time. Will it be that it is?
It brings him out.
Moon takes everyone back to safety. Zephyr and 1437 are left behind, but they can still walk it off.
And that's like every ulti. Now Tigers can reset. They can look to either go for the Roche or they can look to just go for fight.
Blizzy, he's in trouble. The Yule set up there from In Your Dream. Living armor. Is it really going to be enough along with the Crimson Guard to save this Enigma? It is not. They've lost Blizzy.
They know there's no ultis available. Now it's a choice, Tigers. Do you go for the Roche? Do you go for the high ground?
I think at the least they can go for the bounty runes. We'll see Seneko is already heading out. He doesn't want them to get all 4 bounty runes, but he's not going to get there in time. In Your Dream's already on it.
They're so quick about it. Bulldog is very happy inside of the green room right
It's a 17k gold lead for Tigers.
Yep.
At 30 minutes in against an Alchemist lineup.
Yeah, and they're just keeping this pressure on. They're always there with multiple heroes. So much disable coming in, and now they're looking for the Roche.
They don't have anything to contest this with Na'Vi.
There's no way they can try to fight this. It would be suicide.
They've got to let it go. They've got to let it go.
35, 55, 104. They've got overgrowth, but yeah, that one's not going to provide too much. As we said, the damage is limited for them. The catch.
And In Your Dream doesn't find the connection onto Seneko. Zephyr still trying to chase. With the dive, Seneko will be far enough away to get back to the high ground. As Tigers taking the Roshan for free.
Oh, look at this. Look at this Underlord's HP regen. Look at that. 73.5. He's got the level 20 talent now.
Do we have anyone that can get a Spirit Vessel on Na'Vi's line?
They have one on Tree.
They do have one.
But he has Greaves, so he can dispel it. He's usually using the Dispel for the overgrowth, but...
Not if he's in the Chrono, though.
Not if he's in the Chrono,
They can
indeed.
get him in these sort of big ultimates. There is a chance that he dies. I mean, still without that
He's still
regen,
so tanky.
he really is. It's so hard to kill Moon.
And do they have now the Aghanims on the Lina? He's got this level 20 Spell Lamp talent too, so the damage that comes through from Lina, if he does, he has it back at base. It is over 1,000 pure damage, around like 1,100-ish pure damage that can be coming through from that Lina. We do see Magical has picked up the BKB, so he's a little bit safer.
Got everything up in terms of ultimates, apart from that black hole. Just 40 seconds until we'll see Blizzy up with that one as well.
Yep, Tigers, with this Aegis, they're backing out. They're making sure that they can just farm, push out these lanes. See, 1437, he's running around with the Tome. Okay, he uses it on himself. I thought he might be saving it for someone. But they've got some GPM talents too, as we see the Crystal Maidens starting to kick in above the 2 supports. I mean, look at the farm right now on Tigers. They've got 4 of the 5 top net worth, just like the last game. And this Crystal Maiden almost has the same net worth as Crystallize.
As this whole map and this whole game being controlled by Tigers.
Yeah, they just keep farming. They're doing the suffocation again now onto Na'Vi. They can't get out to be able to get any farm. Magical, even afraid to step out. And Magical's the only one who's really farming at all now. You see now bottom. They look like they're trying to force out the lanes a little bit here just to make sure that Tigers can't set up all around. The Tigers, they just continue to grow that lead since they have all the space in the world to farm.
Aye.
Very nice. Full Aghanims now. And this is time. Tigers, they've got their lanes in good positions. They want to claim a Rax.
Na'Vi's got to get back. Now, I imagine Crystallize does have a TP. He does. He's going to head back. They want to hold this. The arrow.
The arrow?
Margit. It connected. Blizzy's going to try and walk forward, but the Laguna already comes down with the Aghanims. It's more than enough damage to just finish Seneko off straight up. Arjit coming in with the BKB, jumps in. The black hole is there. It's holding down Arjit, but the light strike, it cancels the black hole. It's gone. They jump in. They've killed off a third. Then we have buyback from Crystallize, buyback from Blizzy. But he's got no black hole. There's no Treant, and there is no Phoenix for this defense.
And they've used their BKB on the Alchemist too. His Chemical Rage is back up now on Alk. He's trying to walk forward, but we see how strong Tigers is when they come in.
They're in straight away again. Zephyr with a 2-man avalanche to toss the control. Blizzy tries to turn. They jump in. Crystallize has got the Chrono. Do they have the damage? The Radiance burn. The Supernova Na'Vi. They've got the Underlord. They've got the CM. They're looking for more. They got that Aegis. Can they kill Arjit a second time? Arjit trying to fight back. Beating into Seneko. Seneko keeps his distance, but the right clicks are enough. Arjit takes down the Phoenix. And Laguna from In Your Dream bursts down Crystallize. Magical, controlled. Tigers, they get the 4 of them.
There's a buyback on the Alk, but everybody else is dead. The siege by Tigers. That Laguna Blade, I think that Laguna Blade almost killed Crystallize from full health.
Tigers, they can go for so much more here.
Look at the spells that casted. 2 Laguna Blades in the fight, 5 Light Strike arrays, 7 Dragon Slaves.
That Aghanim's making all the difference.
Just such an, it's just too much of a gold lead. Tigers, we had a beautiful setup by Na'Vi. They catch pretty much the perfect fight for themselves, but Tigers, they're just too strong.
As Na'Vi, they're going to try with just the two of them. They move in, they've got the root, the self-fuels will buy time for the Tiny to be sent, and Magical gets the concoction off. BKB out as well, beats down the Tiny, buyback straight away.
Overgrowth on 3.
Allows Magical to keep the distance back off. 10 seconds until Blizzy's back in the game. They're doing their best in Na'Vi as the two of them to make sure they don't lose a second set of rounds. But the Burst Laguna again gets the kill. The Radiance from the Illusion, though, is ticking in your Dream down. He's trying to run away. He can't. He dies to the Radiance burn. But back in the base, Arjit jumps in with a BKB. Magical gets bursted. Blizzy tries to come in as the BKB from Arjit allows him to commit for more. He's taking a lot of damage from the tier 4 tower.
Oh.
That was Arjit. He may just die. No, the Moonlight.
Oh my God, he almost died.
Save him from that last hit from the tier 4 tower. He gets back out.
He was walking along the midnight post as well, but he takes the path to the left, ends up surviving. But there's no Alchemist for 100. Phoenix and Enigma are way too weak to be able to contest Tigers when they have their whole lineup.
45 seconds until a black hole. Chronosphere as well, still down.
Radiant's top barracks has
As they will lose a second set of racks. Zephyr starting to poke and prod at Na'Vi outside of the fountain.
There's no Alchemist for 80. The team fight, like sure, when they have their ultis, they can be strong, but the Alchemist is everything for them. Tigers, they're looking to close it.
5 seconds until the Chronosphere from Crystallize. This tier 3 tower is falling. They get the Yule setup. They're trying to commit in. The Supernova comes out. He needs a perfect chrono. Can he actually get to the linear time? The Supernova is still going for now. Moon, he's trying to finish it off, but he can't. The Supernova successful. Moon's still very tanky. Spirit Vessel is down upon him. Crystallize gets bursted though. No chance for a chrono, and Zephyr's on top of him with the Toss Avalanche combo. They are without the Void Chew. He's been dusted. Blizzy walking in. He's got the black hole. They don't have the control though. The Yules comes out. The black hole cancelled Tigers. They found 3. The light strikes down onto Blizzy. Yules as well onto the Phoenix. GG is called. And Tigers have done it. They are going to the major.
Look at Moon, he's so happy. Steven gets up instantly, 1-4-3-7, just like,
What he did it.
That was fantastic.
I mean, and a team, game 2, game 3, these guys, they were able to pick themselves back up after 2 crushing days in game 5. They had an answer for a winning draft that we've seen from Na'Vi early in this tournament. They were prepared. They had the answers. They played perfectly at invading Na'Vi's jungle, making sure the Magical did not get that start to the game that he hoped for.
And Tiny wins all 5 games in this grand final. Just
Zephyr
the pressure that he can place around the map.
He needed to pick it up, Zephyr, and he certainly did when he got his hands on the Tiny. And now Tigers, as we can see, getting their hands on the trophy, the champions here at the Corsair Dream League Season 10. $125,000 for the team and a spot at the major. And you can only imagine how great it feels for these guys. The SEA qualifier team winning that spot to perform at the SEA major.
And in such ruthless manner.
14:37. He had some great ideas this series. The drafts worked out big time, game 4 and game 5. And ladies and gentlemen, your champions here, Tigers. What a series, what a performance, what a tournament. I cannot wait to see what they can show us at the major. As that is it from myself, Odie Pixel and Fog. As always, we've hoped you've enjoyed the series. And a big thank you to both Na'Vi and Tigers for giving us an incredible finale here at Corsair Dream League Season 10. But it's not all over yet, as we'll send you back to the panel.
Come on in! Come in! Knock it in! You guys, congrats!
Take a seat.
Take a seat.
Champion, sit down.
Go sit down.
Oh my goodness.
What a series. We have, by the way, 1 microphone to share between the 5 of you.
Don't worry, all right.
You can sit on the side.
There you go. Take the microphone. We'll give it to the,
All right, Moon.
the bravest man.
First DPC event of the season. First minor for you guys. Ticket to the major. What's in your head?
Crazy, just a lot of emotions. Like, I can't believe that it's been such a long time since I've been to a major, and it's like just crazy. And all these guys here with me here, like we feels all like amazing because I feel like we're so soul bonded together. Like we just feel each other and just overwhelmed with emotions right now. It's crazy.
I'm so happy to hear that. You can share the microphone. You don't have to answer all the questions because it's, this is a big thing for you guys. It's the first event with you 5 as a squad. this series going to all 5 games. How was that for you guys as a team communicating through all that? Sure, Steven.
Hold on. I got one question. After you're done, I got a question for him. Go ahead.
All right.
Actually, it's funny because before I said that I feel like we're going to play Na'Vi in the grand finals, like before this tournament even started.
Yeah.
And then I said that this series is going to go to game 5 no matter what or something. I don't know.
That's right.
But like, I think after game 2 and 3, we were kind of like feeling bad a bit, but then we realized like, okay, what's the issues, you know, what we have to fix and how to evolve from there. And then game 4, we just took it. And then game 5, I feel like we had a really strong understanding of like what they want to do and how to counter that. So because of that, I feel in game 5, we were like super confident. Like every pick is coming out and we feel like we're in complete control of the draft. So that way, like I think game 5 it was much more relaxed compared to like game 4. I feel it's a bit more chaotic, but like our invoker was like destroying the storm mid or something. So I feel that boosted our like confidence and our momentum a lot as well. And then we just secured that game. Then game 5 was like, I think that was like a lot easier than the 3 games before.
I had a question for you. May I have this? Could you guys zoom in real close to this man? Sir, Ajit, how's it feel to be a household name now? Look at this face, because we'll be seeing it a lot more. I got a new fan in me. Look directly at that camera, baby, because we're going to memorize this. Take a look.
It's the red light. That's the camera that you got.
That's the one. Memorize that. How does it feel to be a household name?
I feel really happy and a bit proud of myself.
A bit?
A bit?
Come on.
You're a freaking household name now. That's okay. Modesty's great.
Yeah.
All right. What else we got here, boys? Anything to say to the new fans or anything? Let us have some of these guys. What is the official name? Can we solve this?
No.
What's the official name? Is it Wunderkind or is it In Your Dreams? You just won.
You just won.
You better get used to this.
What do I got to say?
What do you got? Anything you have on your mind? You know, there's so many people sitting at home cheering for Tigers. Now's your chance to address all of them, and you can thank them if you want. You can say, you know,
you could tell them you hate them.
You could do that too.
First thing is for my teammates. Thank you for trying hard for this couple of weeks. Also, it's kind of a little bit rough because we're dealing for some screaming and there's some emotional feelings between each other. But back then, it's just normal, right? In Dota, it's just and to my fans, thank you for cheering out and keep watching or supporting us, whatever it is. Thank you very much.
Yeah, that's perfect. That's all we wanted to hear. Thank you for that, because it has been a crazy journey. We've been wow, 7 days we've been here watching you play Dota, and it's been amazing. We actually were allowed to vote for an MVP during that as well, because you know we obviously have Twitch at MVP. I don't think we're going to show that this time because we do. We do both. Okay, we do both. All right, what did Twitch chat say as MVP? Who? Okay, it's Wunderkind. It's In Your Dream. Nice.
Which one is it? Is it Wunderkind or In Your Dream?
Yeah, which one do we?
I've been calling you both, Aldi.
No, it's just it's a mistake.
It's a mistake? What's a mistake?
Give him the microphone.
I'm a big fan of Fnatic J Wonderchild, and then I'm trying to do some pathetic things. It's like doing a roster lock change nickname, and then I just press J Wonderkind, and then I cannot change it anymore. So
that's okay. Yeah. Do you want us to call you Wonderkind, or do you want us to call you In Your Dream?
Same thing.
Doesn't matter.
No, it's not the same thing.
Same thing for me.
It's fine. You're the boss. Whatever you want.
So Wonderkind is fine.
Okay, Wonderkind is fine, and it is not a silly thing to be a fan of something at all.
Yeah,
that's why we're all here, because we're a fan of the game. So
exactly.
Don't worry about that.
Are you upset if I get to call you Wunderwaffel? Yeah, hell yeah. I'm in. I'm good.
All right. Now there was also an MVP vote for talent. They voted, and we have a prize as well. Ooh,
that's right.
Sitting on the prize, and it's a Hacks gift card, and the winner is. It was very split, this one. And normally when it's split, it is meaning one thing and one thing only. Everybody had the chance to shine, and that is because the draft was superb. Everybody was allowed to shine because the right hero was in their hands, and that's why it is Steven that wins the MVP.
Really?
Yes, really. Don't be so surprised.
Thank you.
It was a very well-played tournament. It was great to see you guys up close as well, especially because you guys have a fairly loud and carrying voice, so we could get a little bit of insight in your drafting. Yeah. Okay. But it was a good thing for us. Yeah. I know that nobody else you wear headsets, but it was fun.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Appreciate it a lot.
Shiver, we have one last man who hasn't said anything. And I want you to tell us how you guys are going to do at the freaking major. You go to the major. What can we expect to see?
We're gonna win.
Yes! Instant. There's no hesitation. You're going to just do it.
Yeah, we're gonna win.
That's what I want to hear.
I love it.
Yeah.
The confidence. All right, we are going to quickly relive, we're going to relive today's games in the next couple of minutes. We'll be right back. Oh, that's us. We were watching the video as well.
Another DreamLeague, Sheev. What an incredible tournament.
What a great tournament.
They said the minor would be different, and to me, this felt like a major. It was great to watch these guys play. I cannot wait to see what else is in store for the DPC season.
This has been such a great time. 7 days, and not one day felt the same. We had fun all the way through. We hope you guys had fun all the way through. I want to actually take this time, thank you for all your support, because we've gotten a tremendous amount of support over the last 7 days about all people saying how much they like the show, and it's been a really awesome time.
But it's not just us.
It's not just us.
Oh, my brain!
I'll stoop over. It has been a great time. And we have you guys to thank for that. We have these guys to thank for that. We have an entire production crew that is awesome to work with. We have Thomas, a one-man band that has been able to play anything that we request him to.
Oh, this is adorable.
It's been pretty great.
It's been a magical ride yet again. Another beautiful DreamLeague, Sheever.
Yeah,
I wish Sad Panda was still alive.
I wish Sad Panda was still alive as well.
Bulldog, what are you doing here?
What did you do? It's Mr. Panda!
I'll finish you.
Nobody knows who the panda really is. People were making their guesses now.
Oh my goodness, you're still alive, Sad Panda.
Sorry, Panda.
It was a ruse.
High five.
Good to see you, buddy.
Oh, now we're complete. Thank you so much, guys and girls, for watching and for supporting. And we hope to welcome you all back in Stockholm in a couple of months. It will be an amazing major, even more amazing than this minor, even though I can't believe that it will be. Whew. Thank you and good night.
Good night.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.